Am I live? Yes, I think so. I'm live. Hi there, I am Manpreet and welcome to this video. This is a live chat which I'm doing as a part of my book club where we discuss a book on the last day of the month. Today we shifted it to Sunday. This time we shifted it to Sunday so that people, more people can join in. It was just me who had not read the book. So yeah, today we are discussing Animal Farm by George Orwell. That was the book we picked up. So what happens is we have a poll. We pick a theme. I pick a theme actually every month, and then I put up a poll on the Facebook group. The Facebook group is linked down below, and then I see which book has got the most votes, and then we pick up a book accordingly, and then we read it for the month, and then we discuss it in a live video like this every 30th or 31st, like the last day of the month. This time we picked up Animal Farm. For the next one, we have a theme about the Indian books that we should have already read. So there are a couple of Indian books that are very popular, and something which everybody should have read. Like, people say everybody should have read. I do not really believe in that, but it's just a fun theme I picked up. So that was the theme. So I have the Facebook group link down below. You can check it out, and let's just start. Yeah. So I open up the live chat, and there is one person, Naveen, is like, it's not 9, you're too early. Yes, I'm early. I just wanted to start it. So what? I'm always up for breaking the rules. But I'm like, for like first 2-3 minutes of at least until 9 o'clock, I'm just gonna have random chat. So once the video goes live, I'll put a time down below if you're just interested in listening to about the book, like what we are talking about the book. Then you can check out the timeline and then click on that. Otherwise, until then, I'm just here making sure that everything opens up. I can see the live chat. My laptop is not working at the moment. It happens every time. Okay, I can just see it right here. Why does it? Hi everybody. Thank you for just joining in so quickly, and even when I'm a bit early. It's not 9 yet. There are 8 minutes left until it's 9. So until then, we are going to chat because I love the people who have subscribed to me. I love the way you support me. I love the way you talk to me all the time. And it's just, I would not exist if you guys were not there. Hi, everybody. Hi, Bookish Girl. Hi, Rini. Hi, Arjun. Hi, Suman. Naveen. Say hi to me, please. Hi, Tanvi. Hi, Bhargavi. Yes, live before 9. Read Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, sure. Bookish Girl first. I'm a George Orwell fan. Well, this was my first book by George Orwell, and I am really, really happy about it. Read this book sometime back. I really like dystopian novels. Good. I haven't read many, but yes, I like this one as well. Dystopian. I have read Hunger Games. Early, that to 9 minutes. Yes, I'm usually always late in putting up the poll, in reading the book, in having the discussion. So I thought, why not be early in the discussion today? the change begins with you, Recommendations: 3000 Stitches by Sudha Murthy. I already have the book. I'll definitely check it out. You should upload summary. Well, I do not really upload summaries of the books. I give a quick summary in every single review of mine, but not a full summary. I really do not agree with the idea of having summaries up because that's just your way of not reading the book and just reading the summary. Why would I do that? I do not really support doing that. So I will, until my views change about that, if they ever change, I am never going to put up the summary. So sorry about that. Okay, so today, guys, I am not even able to see how I look. So you guys have to tell me if the framing is right. Can you suggest good thrilling TV series? Okay, thrilling TV series. I'll write a post about it. I have a friend who watches a lot of Netflix, and I'll ask him to write it for you because that would be the right person to suggest you about a lot of TV series and stuff. So I'll write it over here. TV series. So I'll put it up on my blog. Make sure you are subscribed to the email list of the blog if you want to catch that post. Hi Purnima. Any review about Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh? Mayur, I have already reviewed that book on this channel, so you can check it out. Just search Train to Pakistan Indian Booktuber review. You'll find it. Hi Ashma, how are you? Any giveaways soon? So there is a giveaway which is happening right now. The book Transit Lounge by Sunil Mishra that I really like. That is up for giveaway this week. You can check out my Instagram page, Indian Booktuber one, which is linked down below in the description, and you can participate in that giveaway. I'm hoping to have one giveaway every week, so participate. You can win as many books as you want. Hi Manpreet and hello everyone. If you remember me, I catch every live of yours. I remember all of you who are always there to support me and sometimes even tell that I'm not working properly. So I do remember you. Hi Krishna. I thought that's the reason you came early. You always struggle trying to figure out things. Exactly. So I thought why not put up the time below so that when we start the book discussion, the people who really want to just the book discussion, they can just go there. Makes things easier. Watch Age of Adeline, awesome movie. I think I have seen it. I do not really remember, but I think I have seen it. You should read 1984. You will love it. The only book I cried while reading. I'll definitely do that. Where did you get the bookshelf? What's the time? We have to. 4 minutes are still left, so you can ask me random questions. Where did you get the bookshelf? So I got the bookshelf custom made. When this house was being built, the woodwork was being done, so I just gave the person the design and I got it done. Even now, I think I'm pretty soon going to need another bookshelf. I'll put it up in my room upstairs, but there also the same design would be there. So it's just a simple design like a normal section bookshelf. So you can go to any any shop where they make this wood stuff and you can just get it. Furniture like. Please tell me some ideas to convince my parents to buy books. This is really good. How to convince your parents to buy books? I'll give you some ideas. First of all, your parents do give you pocket money, right? Like you can say that I get only 10 rupees. You can say that I get only 20 rupees. But whatever you get, collect that money and buy a book. That's what I used to do. My parents and my entire family was totally against the idea of me reading novels. And what I did was when I needed the novels. Now that was a long time after I had read a lot of books that I needed to buy books. Then I was just collecting my pocket money. The only thing I needed for my birthday was books. That's how I got them. After that, I made sure I started earning, and I started earning in very early age of my life, and I started buying the books. Before that, I had my friends, I had my teachers. Like, go to your English teacher, be a good kid, and ask that teacher that, please, can you lend me some novels? They will do that. My English teachers, like, I had two teachers, and both of them did that. There was one teacher who didn't even know me. She was teaching some other class, but she knew how much I loved books. So she was like, okay, I'll lend some to you. So I think I have read like 20, 30 books in school, which were just borrowed from my teachers. I was introduced to Famous Five series by my English teacher. I read The Tempest and one more Shakespeare novel, which was shared to me by my English teacher with her notes, which was so perfect because there was no way I could understand Shakespeare at that age. So she gave me Pride and Prejudice also, I think she gave me. Then a lot of Famous Five series was shared by a friend of mine. She was not really a friend of mine. We never got along in class, but reading is a habit which if you share with somebody, you have a lot of good things to do. Animal Farm is my favorite high school read. Perfect. Please suggest some books for teenagers. I'll make a video about it, books for teenagers. But for now, you can also check my adventure book recommendations so that it can help you out. Read 100 Little Flames. Yes, you didn't check my wrap up, right? Go and check my January wrap up if you want to know what I thought about 100 Little Flames. I'm going through a reading slump. Can you suggest me a good book? See, it totally depends on you. If I suggest you a book, it's not necessary that that book would get you out of the reading slump. But you can also check my video about how to get out of a reading slump or get rid of a reading slump. Just in the search box, type how to get rid of a reading slump in Booktuber. You'll find that video, and I think that will help you out. Please share some motivational books. Sure, I'll try to do that. But as I always say, motivation about what? Specify. Have you read A Thousand Splendid Suns? Not yet. What's your favorite music band? Do you think I'm a music person? I'm not. I don't understand music. Have you checked Indian booktuber called Seeken? He has 1 million subscribers and he made animated video about best non-fiction books. All videos are good. Please check it out. You will inspire. Sure, I'll check it out. but I never knew about it. I'll definitely check it out. Please suggest some good but rare series. I'll look for them. But now is the time to start the discussion, guys. Now I am not going to take any questions about any other thing except for what we are going to discuss today, which is my dogs. Oh my god, I don't know. I should just do something about them before I start a live chat. So we are going to discuss Animal Farm by George Orwell. So this is my Kindle, which I used to read, which I used to read Animal Farm, and let's just go back. Okay. I just wanted to show you the cover, but I don't know what's happening outside. It just always stresses me out. Okay, yeah. So we are going to talk about Animal Farm by George Orwell. Please tell me if my framing is not right. Okay. So we are going to talk about this book. This was the book which we picked up. We had a theme as short books to read, and we picked up this book. Now, what is Animal Farm about? Now, you guys, while I'm talking about this, you can multitask and tell what you think about Animal Farm by George Orwell. Have you read it for the first time? Number one question I have for you guys is, have you read it for the first time? Because a lot of people have read this book during their high school, like during in their curriculum. But this is something which I have read for the first time, and I really enjoyed reading it. So let me know: have you read it for the first time, or did you read it in high school? And now, talking about this book, Animal Farm. Now, Animal Farm is about this set of animals who live in this farm, and then they rebel against. Now please, first of all, I have to give this disclaimer. If you are coming and you are looking for this video, please stop watching it right now if you haven't read the book, because we are discussing spoilers as well. We are going to discuss the entire summary of the book and what we thought about it. So please go away. Please do not watch this video if you haven't read the book and if you don't want to get spoiled. But otherwise, Animal Farm, oh my god, I knew a bit about, there are pigs in it, and I knew a bit about it's an allegory and it's a satire kind of thing, and I knew a bit about that. And I could guess it from the name about Animal Farm, but not much about it. So I like to go into the books blind. So when I started reading it, what it is about is this set of animals who decide to rebel against humans. So they're human owners. So they rebel, and they push this owner away, and then they start handling the farm. Now, so there is this animal, this old pig. Now, pigs are supposed to be very intelligent in this book. So one pig was like, we must kill all the humans, and we must shoo all the humans away. And that pig dies. And then there are two new pigs. One is Napoleon and one is Snowball. Now these two pigs start handling their whole stuff because they are intelligent, and they have these 7 commandments, I think, or rules, which have been written like, this is what we follow, this is what we follow, and everything like that. And they start living their life by themselves. So what starts happening is that, whatever their 7 commandments were, they start being opposed, or they start, like the pigs, because they are really cruel and bad, they start very much about first, like the first few days were really good. They have a very good working life, and they all really live happily. But then they start fighting with each other. There are protests and stuff like that. And after a while, what this author says, that the turning point in this book is like, he describes it much later. I cannot pinpoint it right now because I cannot recall. But what I felt was like, when in the starting they were like, what, humans are so bad. They make you work all the time, they give you less food, and then they make you work so hard. And these animals, these pigs, were to animals like hens, they take all your eggs, and to the dogs, that they take all your puppies and stuff like that. And the first moment I noticed was like, when this dog had a litter, And Napoleon is a character you will totally hate in this book. So Napoleon takes all these dogs, and I was like, what? He has taken in this, these animals are so stupid. So in the entire book, the animals have been shown as very stupid people. And honestly, if in any other book, it would be like more like, you know, if it would be in any other book, I would have thought that these people are being so stupid. But it kind of felt real because I knew it was an allegory, and what it represented. I'll talk about what it represented later on, what it represents later on. So what happens is that slowly, all the seven commandments, which are about, we won't drink alcohol, which happens at the last. We won't kill other animals. We won't. All such commandments, they start changing them, and the animals do think that something is wrong, but they cannot pinpoint. And suddenly, slowly, Napoleon also hatches a plan and throws a snowball away, and now Napoleon is the head, and they start becoming these greedy pigs, and they start ruling the whole animal farm, whereas they thought that all are comrades. Now Napoleon is like, no, I'm the boss. So it was like so nice to read because I hated Napoleon so much. Nice to read in that way. Okay. Now, what this book is actually a satire or an allegory which represents the Russian Revolution. The Russian, yeah, I think it's Russian Revolution, right? So I read the entire Wikipedia page about it, and I was not a person who was very much into history and who had read this in history, like the Russian Revolution and stuff. So I definitely did not, and I definitely had to study for a long time to actually see what happened. But so after reading this book, which was like 44 pages, I had to do another 1 hour of reading about Russian Revolution, what all this represented. And when I did that, it was perfect. Everything made sense, and everything felt so nice and magical, like the way he wrote it. Now I'm just gonna quickly go through your comments so that I can see what you guys are talking about, because I think I took a lot of time trying to say it. And Animal Farm is a satire novel, but I thought there is lack of humor. I do not really. A lot of people call it a satire. It's more like an allegory, and I did not really feel like lack humor had to be in there, because not all satires are supposed to be filled with humors, right? Mira question. Okay. Thanks for book review. George Orwell is one of the first few authors who exposed the flaws of left-wing communities ideology. Exactly, and also I read about it how he was trying to get this published in Britain, and there was censorship, and nobody was ready to publish this book because of this, like how it represented. I think Napoleon was representing the person called Stalin. He was one of the crew, like the villains in the real life. And I hope I do not get in trouble in talking about it, but yeah, it's about that. And he had to go through a lot of time, lot of tough times to actually get his book published, because no publisher in Britain was actually ready to publish his book, because it was such a nice allegory and it showed Napoleon in such a bad manner. It totally hit the mark, right? First thing first, George Orwell is not his real name. It's Eric Blair. Wow, I did not read that. Like, I did not find that. Thank you for telling me that, but I'll have to check it. Okay, now I am getting a lot of fun facts. I'm not sure if you have verified it. Okay, please just say it again if you have verified it. This was my first time reading it. Amazing. I've read this before, but not for school. That's a great thing. Ashima, I was typing this exact same sentence. Wow. Great satire on Russian Revolution. I do feel like that. I am not like really like I do not know much about Russian Revolution, but it was something which really was a good start for me, and it really, I really wanted to talk about how, as a standalone story only, like if I knew it was about Russian Revolution and I knew it represented real people, but even otherwise, it was something which really showed you what happens in your real life, not even just in Russia, not just with the Russian Revolution, but otherwise also, the way the propaganda runs and the way everything happens. I could really relate to it, even when I did not know much about the Russian Revolution, and I read it afterwards and went back to the book to just make sense of everything. Even otherwise, I could really enjoy it and relate to it. What do you guys think about it? I felt sad for Snowball. Seriously, I really felt sad for Snowball, and I really didn't Like I would, if this was not an allegory, I would have liked to know what happens to Snowball, because there are so much of rumors and everything that happens. Like everything is put on Snowball, right? So where is Snowball after he goes away from the farm? I really wanted to know. Who else book list has Animal Farm? What do you know? Who else book list has Animal Farm? Opened my book then channel from chat. Cool one. Yes, Ashma really makes good videos. Suggest me. Okay. Napoleon. Yes, yes. Napoleon's character was based on Joseph Stalin, which was a real person who played the same role, almost same role as Napoleon. And one of the reasons why this book was not being published by many publishers because it it made so much of connection with Stalin. Like I read a quote somewhere, I think it's in the beginning of the book only, they explained how, if Napoleon wasn't that bad in the book, and if he wasn't so similar to Stalin, it would still have been an easier book to publish. Okay. No. Please tell me, okay, you guys, I'm not taking random questions right now because we are talking about Elder Pig reflects Karl Marx. Yes, guys, please stop telling me about the Russian Revolution because I've read all of it. Like, I spent 1 hour reading the entire Wikipedia page about who represents who. So, if anybody really wants to see which character represented whom, then go and check out the Wikipedia page. I knew nothing about Stalin, but this book clearly said what he is in a fun way. Yes, fun. I was very irritated at Napoleon. I was like so angry at him. He's so wicked. And just imagine such people really exist in real life and what they can do to a large group of people. Bhargavi, is it? Oh, yes, now I can connect. I was like, this character is based on someone, but couldn't recollect. You just have to hit the Wikipedia and just see which character is which. Because allegory is something which is about, which is this fictionalized ways of telling you something which happened in real life. So all the characters in this book represent somebody real. So yeah, check it out. Is it a confusing book? Honestly, no, not at all. When you start comparing this book, when you start pointing the characters to the Russian Revolution, so if your concepts about Russian Revolution are very clear, it will be much easier for you to connect. But otherwise, if you read, I just said in the beginning, if you read it just like a standalone, it's still a very funny and nice read. If you don't read it like an allegory, if you just read it like, there's a farm and there are animals who rebel and then they start living their lives and this happens, even then this is a very enjoyable book. That is what I believe. I really liked how everything was happening, and it was really enjoyable book in that sense, and it was really hitting the mark and making you think what people like Napoleon can do. And you could really point out this can happen, and the seriousness of the situation. It really makes you feel, and actually makes you feel really good and very nice about your reading experience with this book. But otherwise, I would really suggest, because it's an allegory, and if you read the Animal Farm and then you're like, okay, I don't know what it really meant, that would be bad. So after you're done reading with the book, you can just spend 1 more hour reading about the Russian Revolution if you do not know about it already, and then you can point out, Napoleon was this, Snowball was this, Elder Pig was this, and it would make even more sense. But otherwise, it's not at all a confusing book. A very nice, simple, and short read, which I absolutely loved. I had verified about the name thing. Okay, so George Orwell has a real name, which now I have forgotten what I said, but you might have heard it in the video, right? I also read 1984. In it, there is an author says that he grew up in India, left India when he's 12. Verified, announced audience. Wow. Thank you, Naveen, for giving this fact. I did not know about it. In this book, the introduction talked all about how tough it was to publish this book in Britain because nobody was ready to publish an allegory like this. Yes, Ashma has hit the right point. The amusing thing is, even in today's time, many rumors are spread verbally on social media, just like what Squealer did. Yes, that's why I could really connect to it so much, because it was in today's world, it made so much of sense. This book was written in 1945, I guess, or before that, and it made don't quote me on the year it was written in, but it made so much of sense, like this character Squealer and the way he was making people change their minds. Because just imagine, there are so many illiterate people in India, right? These people who are working really, really hard, these people could be farmers, laborers, like the people who actually run this country. And these people are so gullible because they cannot really verify everything that has been said to them. They believe in this person and then they believe this person, right? This person can tell them anything, and that can actually happen. And it's actually happening in India. Even the people who can read, even the people who can understand, they would not go to actually verify the source of information. They would just believe what has been told to them, like those WhatsApp texts which come to you will die if you don't forward it. The people really believe it. WhatsApp texts about random things, like even now there is a holy controversy going on. Everything is happening because people just believe in random things, just like everybody believed in Squealer. Even if they had doubts about it, they just let it go and believed in Squealer because that's what they're used to do. It's like so close to real life. This book will remain valid as long as humanity exists. Really great point, because I totally think it will, because it's not just about Russian Revolution. Even if it's an allegory of that, it's just so true to everything that happens. Like I could connect to it even when I did not know anything about Russian Revolution. And then when I knew about it, I understood it more. But even without it, it was like perfect. Like I could really connect it to the current life. I wish my school says every history lesson in Animal Farm way satire. Your school books would be banned. You can also just read it like a satire on power corrupts. Yes, definitely. Even if you're not like, I cannot read that much of history because it gets really intense. I read it. I know. So even then, you can just consider it as a satire on how power corrupts you, and this how gullible you can be when you are not in charge, or when you are not verifying everything. Though it is a weird thought to place characters and animals, the emotions are well written. Yes, when I had heard, like it was like 2 or 3 years ago, I think I saw it in a video, somebody talking about Animal Farm and talking about it's it's the story where this happens. It's about all the animals and there are pigs and all that. It's like how weird it would be. But when I started reading it, I really loved it. So I think it's fine. It depends on person to person. Some people may find it very weird, otherwise not. The emotions are well written. Yeah. Yeah, you can connect it to the present world. Exactly. How much will I rate the book? You guys tell me how much will you rate the book, because I believe this is, I want to give it a 5, but I don't know. My heart says 4.5. Guys, I'm not taking any other questions because yeah. Read the book first and then just look up Russian Revolution on Wikipedia. Yes, if you haven't read The Animal Farm yet, read the book first and then go and check up Russian Revolution, because the book is very simple and nice, and it will make sense to you even when you do not know what satire it is about, or what is what like anything about Russian Revolution. That's what I did. I read the book first and I really enjoyed it, and then I looked up Russian Revolution and placed the characters, and then it made more sense. But it is not like it didn't make sense when I read it or I didn't enjoy it. It was 4.5 even before I started reading about the Russian Revolution. But I would recommend you to read it so that you know more about this book. Yes, you can just read the book and then you'll be intrigued to know about the Russian Revolution. That's what happened to me. First, when I heard that the animals are the characters, I thought it is a kindergarten read. But I never felt when I started reading. You thought like me. No, I did not feel like it's a kindergarten read, because I feel like I'm a person who takes lessons from animals, and I feel like animals are a perfect way to suggest you, like to show you a part of what you do and you may not realize you do. So I feel like I didn't feel like it was like a book for kids or something like that. I just liked reading it. Communists should not pick up this book. Rate the book, please. 4.5 or 5? No, actually, my history teacher suggested it to me, although we didn't read the Russian Revolution chapter. My history teacher never suggested books to me because they all failed. Like, I hope I had a history teacher like yours. Which sort of readers should read the book? And this is a very simple book. So any kind of reader can read this book. Any kind of reader. Like, even if you are just starting with the book, starting with reading, But you should really be able to, not feel like I should be spoon fed with everything, because you have to relate it to your real life. If you are not able to do that, you won't enjoy the book. So if you usually do that, if you watch a movie and you can relate it to your life and then feel what is happening in the movie, then this book is good for you. And when the language is simple and it's not that complex as it sounds, yes, definitely. This is a favorite book of Ariel Bissett. I think I heard about the book from her only. Yes, I watched her. I love her. Please suggest me what to do. I need your help, please, please. About what? Anyway, yes, this is what I think about the book. And we took like 20 minutes to talk about this book, intense discussion, which I really love. What do you think about this book, guys? What more do you have to say about Animal Farm? Did you like reading it? What character did you like the most, and what character did you feel for most? For example, I hated Napoleon. And I feel like Squealer was this character who was always up about buttering up Napoleon. Though their inner equation was never shown in the book, I felt like he was that kind of character. And I am not really hating Squealer. He was just following orders and stuff like that. I am like neutral about Squealer. I really feel bad for Boxer because he's supposed to be such a nice and such a strong horse, and then he's just dumb. And sometimes, like, you do not really understand the cunning ways of the world, and it was really, really heartbreaking to see what happens to him, just because he could not understand the cunning ways of everything that was happening, just because he was not intelligent. It was really, really sad, and I really felt sad for that. I felt so bad when Jones described the windmill. Hmm. Point me to this. Destroyed. Okay, yeah, destroyed the windmill. Mm, I don't know if I felt really bad about the destroying of the windmill, because I felt like this should have happened to Napoleon. But yeah, that is like a very mean thing to think about, because it happened to all the animals as well. But I felt like, I still had hope. I felt like throughout the book I was thinking there would be some point when these animals will realize that, Napoleon is making a fool out of them, or Napoleon is making them do the same things they wanted to get rid of, but it never happened, which really made me sad. I feel like Napoleon was easily hateable. Yeah, he was made a character like that. He was a hateable character. Yes, I liked Boxer too. Like every single point when they were doing things, like they take the eggs of the hens, and I felt like the hens they did rebel a bit, right? I felt like they should have said something should have happened when the puppies were taken. At that time also, I was like something should have happened, and I totally forgot about the puppies when then they suddenly come up, and I was like, and then even when Snowball was thrown away, I felt like it should have happened that there was this line like nobody knew about the windmill plans and that they were shut, right? They never deleted it. Obviously, they were Snowball's plans and not of Napoleon. Napoleon did nothing, and he just took Snowball's plans. And I am so sure those walls which they made thin was because Napoleon thought, Snowball is stupid, so I'll make them thin, and they broke, and then they started it again. I hated Napoleon. But Napoleon didn't put his soul and body into it. About what? He was so great. Yeah, I love Boxer. He was so great, and his ending was heartbreaking. It definitely was. I think everybody, we have this unanimous decision that everybody loved Boxer. And it was really, really sad to see him die. And even Molly, I really liked what happened, what she did. She went away, which was pretty cool. Otherwise, even that human that comes up, and that point when Boxer was taken away in the garden, and the way Squealer just made everybody believe stupid things, and it was like, how can they even? And like, I could understand, like, I was not angry with the animals because I felt like, yeah, they were doing the best they could according to their capabilities, but it was really sad. Exactly when I was thinking there will be something like, as everyone united to throw away humans, they will unite and throw away Napoleon. Exactly, I really wanted that to happen. I was really hoping for a happy ending, but that didn't happen. Happy endings don't happen in the real life. And live happily ever after ending. And I feel like, you know, when the authors do that, when they give the happy endings, it's very, the books don't stay with you much. Like in very rare cases, it happens that somebody gave you a happy ending and the book stays with you for a long time. Usually, you know, if there is this sadness with the happy ending or with the ending, then the books are really cool. The windmill was built, yeah, but Napoleon didn't put his soul and body into it. That's true. It should have, like, the destroying of the destruction of the windmill was something which, yeah, you won. I liked it because it happened to Napoleon, but truly Napoleon did nothing for it. That was built largely by Boxer and Benjamin, and all the animals really worked hard for it. But I was really hoping that after this, at least they will understand, but they didn't. It happens in a 1954 film adaptation of the book, which I posted in our group. I'll check it out. Yeah, there are so many adaptations of this book. It's quite nice that I'll check it out. What am I saying? Okay, there are so many adaptations. I might watch them, but then my brain is saying, no, 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 no. You are not going to say you are going to watch a movie adaptation. You are not getting on Netflix this month. It is interesting how pigs change the rules according to the situation. Yes, and they represent the leadership. And how they do not really, you know, how they manipulate all the animals, that, you know, this was the rule, actually. This was the rule. And all the animals follow because they're not sure what really happened before. It was interesting, and it was, I don't know what to say about it. I really hated that thing that was happening. Why is, like, yeah, I'm looking okay. Guys, that's it. This is what I want to discuss. I wanted to discuss about Animal Farm. If you have anything else to say, let me know. But yes, that's what I had to say. I'm really happy with the book we picked up this time, and I'm really happy with the way I felt after reading this book, the way I enjoyed it. And also, this was a book which a lot of people recommend, and this was a book which a lot of people wanted. Like, a lot of people say you should have read, and I am really happy that I just ticked it off from a TBR pile. What do you guys think about it? One thing was like portraying all animals like common people. They do everything but still remain unaware of being exploited. Exactly. And it was so sad and heartbreaking to see. And Snowball focused on education but Napoleon on brute force. Exactly. There are so many points we can take away from this book. I really like such books. I think this was something which I finished reading it today in the day, right? As always. But I think this book is going to stay with me for a long time, and I can really, build my thoughts on that. That's it, guys. This is my views. This is our views about Animal Farm by George Orwell. The new poll is already live on the Facebook group. It would be closed in exactly like 5 minutes after this video goes off. Because yeah, you should be a part of the group and you should have your notifications on. We do not post really a lot on that group, which is because of this. So I would really like that. And if you have any random questions now, you can ask me. One question I'm seeing is any other books you know which are critical of communism? Not yet, but I will really look for it, but I think I'm not a right person to talk about this kind of books, because I really do not understand politics in such a proper manner. Okay. So I will, if I know about any, I'll let you know. Wanna collab? I'm also from Bathinda. I think, Siddharth, I told you, are you the same guy I told you to message me on Instagram and you didn't message me on Instagram? Or maybe you did, but I don't remember. So you should message me again. Similar books, like, and I would do a collab on my books channel if you can think of something related to books. Otherwise, my lifestyle channel, which is much below, like my vlogging channel, which has much less subscribers than this, but you can collab with me there as well. Similar books like Animal Farm. Okay, guys, written down. Addicted to cricket. I commend you to go into hell for not helping me. I'm so sad for you. I'm not going to hell because you say that. Anyway, I would really enjoy in hell. You can ask me a question now, but I think you are more interested in hating me. So you can just hate me. But if you had asked the question, I would have answered. There are some things which are called rules. If we have a rule, we are discussing about the book, I cannot take your random questions. But if you want me to go to hell, I'll happily go there. I wish you are not there. Types of book readers. Yeah, that can be a real fun video to make. Just message me on Instagram, please. Let's collaborate. I am like, I do think about collaborating, and I feel like I keep telling to the booktubers in Chandigarh. I'm like, whenever I'm coming to Chandigarh, we'll collaborate. But if I can find somebody in between, I would really love it. I enjoyed your collab videos, especially with fandom newbie. What did I say? Anyway, yeah, I don't think she's making more bookish videos. See, that's why first I was like, I made a video with her, and then I was like, I made the video with the bookmark, which was like something which I really enjoyed. They're like the sweetest people in the world, and I really felt like in Delhi, I never felt like I had friends, but when I met Anmol and Samiksha, I really felt like, I can have friends in Delhi. But otherwise, I did not really pursue more collabs because of the fact that a lot of booktubers, like, the lot of people who make videos about books, they quit. So I'm just waiting for the people who stick to collab, and others, there are also people who are like, we're too good to collab with you. So I don't collab with them. Don't worry, we all will enjoy books even in exactly. कौन से college में हो? You must follow my vlog. I don't know, guys. Do you think I look so young that all the people are like, where are you studying and stuff? Like, I've done my studies, guys. Just stop asking me about which college are you in. Okay, so 9:30, we'll talk for another 5 minutes and then the video will end. Okay, guys, if you have any random questions, any suggestions, anybody who wants to condemn me to hell, please let me know. Any chance of collab with Soumya? I don't think she's interested. I have tried, so I can collab only with the people who are interested in collabing with me. We are not receiving video data at a fast enough rate. Yes, I consumed all my data while watching Netflix. Percy Jackson or Hunger Games? Both are very, very different kind of books. Percy Jackson and Hunger Games. Hunger Games is dystopian. Percy Jackson is adventure. But if I had to decide between two, I would definitely pick Hunger Games. Like, Percy Jackson fans, please don't kill me. It's like very close, but Hunger Games. How's Earthla going? So I will now continue reading Earthla after this. I had stopped reading it, but actually it's really good. I think my speed is very slow because it's Hindi, and I do not want to rush it, because when I read as like I read English, I kind of try to skip the words, which I do not want to do. So make a video on Russian literature. Yes, I think once somebody else also asked me about this. I will definitely do that. I'll have to do a lot of research because I do not think I have read any Russian authors so far. I have read the mentions about them, but not that. I also tagged her in a lot of tag videos, but she didn't post them. I think did you tag me in some tag video? Because I'm just trying to recall. I have been tagged in 2-3 videos and I just forgot about them, and I'm trying to find them. If you ever tag me, you can also tag me if you have not tagged me. But if you have ever tagged me and I have not done that video, please let me know. I'll just make it this week. Okay, one question. You are easily the most. I'm not the most successful booktuber in India, guys. How do I feel? I would really love it. Although I would be a bit scared that, success always make some people really rude and mean, even little bit of success, and they think they're the best people in the world. So I'm just scared. If I become the most successful booktuber in India, I would be really scared of not becoming that terrible person, because that's what I do not want to be. And if I become that and then someday I realize I have become that, I would just quit. I do not want to do that. So I just hope that I would stay this bad only, not that bad as you become when you get a little bit of successful. But I'm not the most successful booktuber in India. There's Books on Toast. And there's this one person who just told there's an Indian booktuber with 1 million subscribers. If that's possible, then I'm like, nothing. But I'm really thankful. Like, a lot of people actually believe that I'm the most successful booktuber in India. And what I really feel about that is, like, I only feel love because I like when I started, I felt like this number would sound so cool or anything. Now, when I feel like, okay, I have plus 7,000 plus subscribers, I feel like all I feel is, the flashes come in my mind, all the people who have supported me, all the people who have commented, and all that stuff. Only that comes into my mind. So I feel a lot of love if I'm the most successful booktuber in India. I love the discussion of Savi Sharma's book. Really, I think I'll have to check it out. I have not been much happy with it. I really loved my personal favorite discussion of our book club was The Girl on the Train, because I felt like I really loved the book and I really loved how we discussed that. And there was one more. I love the discussion of start from my first year in the dawn is quite here. What's your favorite classic? I haven't read many classics, so I cannot tell you what's my favorite. What's your favorite classic? I would say I really like The Secret Garden, but I do not have my favorite yet. Any of the favorites, because I haven't read many. No, I thought you don't do tag videos. Ashima, I want to find a knife and at least scare you with it. I do tag videos. I really love doing tag videos. I've done a lot and I keep looking for more tag videos because they're just so fun to make. So I do tag videos. Tag me in as many you want me to tag in. Wishing you to see on Books on Toast. I'll just bug them, okay? I'll just bug them. They're really nice people, so I'll just bug them one day when I'll get successful. Like, when I'll get a lot of subscribers, we'll make a video together. But now I have been tagged in one recently. I was tagged by somebody. I think I'll have to ask all the people, did you tag me? It's gonna be very weird. But I'll ask all the people I know or I'm thinking might have tagged me. There were these two videos where I was tagged in and I don't remember. So if anybody remembers, please tell me. I am really looking forward to make more tags. Then who's the most successful booktuber in India? Well, they are not just a single person making videos, but Books on Toast, they have, like, last time I checked, they had 13,000 subscribers and they could be the most successful booktubers. No, Seekan has motivational videos, it's not a booktube channel. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Then only Books on Toast. What's your views on Arpit Bagaria? I actually haven't read. I do have one of his books on my shelf, but I haven't read his books, so I cannot tell you a lot about it. Sorry. There are so many books to read, and guys, I'm just gonna fill it up and then pick up random books from this so that I have a lot of books. Like, new books to talk about, because otherwise I feel like I'm always getting to the same kind of books. So I'm really happy about that. And also, when we are talking about most successful booktubers, I feel like, why are we even talking about that? Whoever you like, even if that person has 100 subscribers, that person, if you like that person, if that person is your favorite, that person is the most successful for you. That should be like that. So why are we discussing this? Akhil Pillai, you just said what I wanted to say. Are we seriously talking about number? I mean, is it relevant? I mean, I don't feel so. No, it's not relevant. It may be relevant a bit when it comes to authors coming and trying to decide whether I want to go with this person or that person. But otherwise, it's not relevant. The person who is your favorite is the most successful right now. So, you know who is most successful. When are you writing your own book? We are waiting for it. And then if you don't like it, you will hate me. I do not want that to happen, okay? But it's March, guys. I have still not written the first word of my book. I'll try, okay? I'll try. I'll start this series about book writing and then we'll talk about it, okay? Yeah, but you're like a traditional booktuber and Books on Toast is more like epic reads. Yes, if you want me to feel really good, yes, then you can say I'm the most successful booktuber in India. You're so inspiring. Thank you. Have you studied literature? No. I knew somebody has to ask that. The more subscribers I will get, or people will ask, have you What do you mean I studied literature? I do not have a degree about studied literature, but yes, I keep studying and I keep doing courses, a little bit of courses, just to learn how the books are written and, trying to self-teach myself. I don't feel numbers are relevant as far as the individual is concerned, but the whole booktube community is largely undiscovered. That's really true in India. Even now, people do not really, get that kind of recognition. Even now, the book blogs are still very popular in India right now, but I do not like the culture here because people are just happy with the free books and they just do not value their time, which I do not really think should be. Like, I also take a lot of free books from publishers. Okay, the publishers are like, we are not going to pay you, but this is this book, because but that book is something like I really wanted to already read that book and I was just about to order it on Amazon, and that publisher is like, do you want to have this book? I was like, okay. That happens, but most of the people are just piling up all the stuff and not really being that professional with the reviews, and they are not really asking for the respect they deserve, and I really feel bad about that. I really feel like this should change, and I feel, and I'm happy that this is changing. There are a lot of publishers who are recognizing that they can just exploit all the resources available and just make use of them for free, which is perfect, which I believe is perfect, and our community will grow. But I do not have very big high hopes. I do not think we'll become as big as the beauty bloggers or as big as the comedy people in comedy. That is not going to happen, because even it has not happened in the US, and India is like 10 years behind of US, believe it or not. Then, so it's like fine. It's fine. As long as we are adding more and more people in our community, as long as there are more and more people who are getting into reading, I'm like really happy about it. What did you study in college? I studied engineering, information technology. I just mentioned that in last few videos of mine. My next video is also about books for engineers, so you should know. You should know. Where do you work from? Right here. Right here. This is my office. You should follow my vlogs if you do not know that. By the way, this is the first time I'm self-promoting myself today. I have a vlogging channel where I document my work from home lifestyle. I sit right here. This is my office. It doesn't look that good right now because I'm still so lazy and out of money to actually decorate it like wow offices. But yeah, this is my office. Right in front of me is my vision board. This is my table. That's just my office. Right on the left hand side, I have my lights, and just outside this room, I have my bookshelf. That's all I need, guys. Yeah, that's all I need really to work. That is so cool. But yeah, I work from my office, right from my home, currently in Bathinda, Punjab. 3 more minutes and then we are gonna go. I do not want you guys to just, sit here and talk to me, wasting your time. We should be reading more books. If I'm not talking about anything good, I want you guys to see my videos, okay? Any questions, guys? You can ask me. I'm like so quiet now. I feel like this number, I'm telling you, the number of viewers on my live videos has not increased ever since I had like 300-400 subscribers. Like, now my subscribers are so many, and still the live chat viewers stay the same. So many people have hated me for that. Hated in the sense like taunted me for that. Taunted. Two more people gone. Bye. Anyway, guys, you can leave if you are like, we are done with the discussion and the Facebook poll. If you are not a part of our Facebook group, make sure you check the description, join the Facebook group so that you are part of our book discussions. And yes, you can go and have your dinner if you haven't had it already, and then read some books. Bye bye, guys. I was gone for a few minutes. When I came back, I'm hearing self-promotion. I wanted to listen to this part. Thank God I didn't miss it. I swear I did not self-promote myself much. Like, obviously the book club had to be. But my vlogging channel self-promotion happened just once, and then you heard it. You should read Honor by Elif Shafak. It's a masterpiece. I'll definitely check it out. What's your favorite Indian book of all time? Still, I feel like I haven't read a lot of Indian, like a lot of like. I do not feel like now you say Indian books. There are so many genres inside. I cannot choose one, and I never choose one. So you can check my favorite Indian books video, and let me just give you a disclaimer. It doesn't have that, you know, all the big authors which are like, oh, this is my favorite, oh, this is my favorite, this is my favorite, this is my this video doesn't have that. These are all the favorite which at that time when I had read all the Indian books, I picked up all, I saw all that pile and I picked up which one's my favorite from that. So you can check it out to just know about my some favorite books, but do not expect Arundhati Roy, Salman Rushdie, and all the other authors. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I gotta go now. Thank you so much for watching this. This is Manpreet signing off. Thank you so much for joining the live chat. See you later. Bye. Bye. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and make sure you subscribe to my lifestyle channel and my vlogging channel. Bye. What are your views on Chetan Bhagat? Check out my video why I love Chetan Bhagat. Bye.